Doyle Spillane, video 1 of the Ingoing report, 364 Dee Why Parade in Dee Why. Today is Monday, 16th of December 2019. This is video 1 and I'll document the living room, hallway, 2 bedrooms. Property is a 2-bedroom apartment with an undercover car space, internal laundry, kitchen, open plan living, balcony and 1 bathroom. Overall property is in good, professionally cleaned condition. Everything is tested and working upon inspection. Fresh paint and new flooring put in throughout. Starting with the front door, we have a solid timber door. It is clean and intact. Number 3 is fixed and secure. There are scuffs and paint marks along the bottom of the door, but all the tiles leading into the property are clean, intact with no chips or cracks. White painted door frame, scuff marks and chips throughout. Deadlock and handle lock keys tested and working upon inspection. The door opens correctly. There are paint splatter marks around both locks and the locks operate correctly. And the door is in good working order. On the back of the door there are a few black marks just underneath where the handle lock is, but overall in good condition, and the framework was freshly painted. Starting with the living room flooring, we have brand new light grey timber floorboards, clean, intact and in perfect condition. The walls are freshly painted white plaster walls which are clean and intact and unmarked. Same as the skirtings as well, all freshly painted and in great condition. And then the ceiling, freshly painted white plaster ceiling, no signs of mould or water damage, clean, intact and unmarked. 1 frosted oyster light, tested and working upon inspection. There are double power points and TV points, plus a telephone point in the living area. There are no hooks or nails in any of the walls, and there is 1 Daikin inverter air conditioning unit. It's fixed and secured to the wall and is in good working order. The model information is on the side here. It's really high up and I can't read it, but the remote will be left at the property for the tenant. There are 2 remotes. This one here requires new batteries, so I'll take that back to the office and change it. But this remote here operates the air conditioning unit in the living area and the bedroom, and it's all tested and working upon inspection. We then have 1 dark grey, almost black roller blind. Overall it's clean, intact and in good working order. There is slight fraying just on the left hand side on the bottom quarter of the blind. It's very slight, but you can see it down here. And then throughout the blind there are various black spot marks. Operated by a chain. It opens correctly and slides freely. That just got stuck on the handle. And you can see the black marks better once some light gets in here. Overall in good condition. We have 1 aluminium framed sliding glass door. The framework is clean and intact. There's no rusting or damage, but throughout the framework there are various marks. So there's quite a bit of paint streaks down the side, a bit of metal oxidization and some spot marks here. There's also a yellowish mark on the freshly painted wall just next to where the handle lock is. And quite a few scratches along the bottom of the framework. The tracks are scratched but clean just from age. And the right hand side of the framework is quite scratched, but overall clean and intact. We've got 2 window panels, clean and intact, no chips or cracks present. The door opens and closes correctly and the lock is in good working order as well. It does slide freely. but requires just a bit of effort to get it started. Then we've got one fly screen sliding door. The fly screen, there is one large hole on the bottom. It's about the size of my pointer finger, and a few other holes next to it that are starting to appear. There's also a bit of leftover fly screen hanging out of the framework from where it looks like it may have been remeshed, and there's a few other minor holes on the top left-hand side of the bottom half, just underneath where the centerpiece is there. The top half of the fly screen is clean and intact with no rips, tears or holes. And again, the framework of the fly screen door is the same as the glass sliding door. There's various marks throughout and scratches just from age. And the lock operates correctly as well. The fly screen door is a little bit stiff and does require some effort to try and pull across. I'll just get some overall shots of the living area. Coming to the hallway, we have the same brand new flooring as seen in the rest of the property, clean and intact. However, at the entryway to the bathroom, there are paint splatters present. The walls and the skirting, freshly painted white plaster, and timber skirting, again clean, unmarked and in great condition. Ceiling, freshly painted white plaster ceiling, no marks, mould or water damage signs, clean, intact, unmarked, one smoke alarm and one frosted oyster light tested and working. There's two light switches. There's no other fixtures, but there is a storage cupboard, so we've got two freshly painted timber doors. On the bottom of the doors there is a bit of swelling just from previously, but the rest of the doors are clean, intact and unmarked. There's two handles which are fixed and secure and in good working order. The doors open correctly, and on the inside of the doors they are also freshly painted, so clean and unmarked. White laminate shelving, quite a few scuffs and scratch marks throughout, but clean and intact. The third shelf up from the floor has a little bit of swelling to the laminate, just at the front there. The back of the walls for the cupboard and the ceiling have all been painted, but not the ceiling, but the back of the walls. And then we've just got some hanging space here with chips and marks throughout the front. Here on the bottom of the shelf, the walls unmarked. There's one clothing rail which is fixed and secure. It does have some scratches to it. And then other than that, everything is all good. I'll just get some overall shots of the hallway. Coming into the main bedroom, we have one freshly painted white timber door and door frame. Clean, intact and unmarked. The handle is fixed and secure. The door opens and closes correctly. And the back of the door is freshly painted. The little outside bracket for the base of the handle is missing. And there is chipping to the hinges. On both hinges in the back of the door, but the rest of the door is unmarked and clean. Main bedroom flooring, same brand new timber flooring seen throughout the rest of the property in great condition. There is one paint splatter mark just in front of, it's directly in line with the second string on the blinds coming from the left side in. The rest is all good. To the wall, freshly painted white plaster wall and timber skirting, clean, intact and unmarked. Ceiling, freshly painted white plaster ceiling, no signs of mould or water damage, clean, intact and unmarked. One frosted oyster light, tested and working upon inspection. One Daikin inverter air conditioning unit, tested and working upon inspection with the remote that is working. It's fixed and secured to the wall. The model information is right on the side, and it's a really hard angle for me to try and get that for you. Electrical is a double power point. No hooks or nails in the walls. And then to the blinds, we have one set of timber Venetian blinds. The third slat up from the bottom on the far left hand side is broken and the end part is missing, but other than that they are clean, intact and in good working order. They operate correctly and open freely. The window sill is freshly painted. We then have one aluminium framed sliding glass window. The framework is clean and intact. There's no damage or it's not broken. But along the bottom of the framework there is a few paintbrush strokes and then just general scratching up and around it from wear and tear and age. Glass window, 2 panels, clean and intact with no chips or cracks present. Window opens and closes correctly, sliding freely. And the fly screen is clean and intact with no rips, tears or pulls. Just a bit dusty. To storage, we have one aluminium framed mirrored built-in robe. Framework is clean and intact. The mirrored panels are clean and intact with no chips or cracks. Starting from the left-hand side. The door opens and closes correctly and slides freely. We've got 4 white laminate drawers. They are clean and intact and in good working order. There's just one lined mark on the bottom drawer to the left-hand side. Handles are all fixed and secure. The drawers open and close correctly, sliding freely, and are in good condition. There's a few scratches in the second drawer from the top and also in the top drawer as well. 3 white laminate shelves, clean and intact. The bottom left-hand corner on the bottom shelf has a little bit of swelling, but the rest are all in great condition. A few little chips just on the right-hand side of the second shelf. Up the top. All in great condition. The back of the wall has just been freshly painted, and then the top there's scratches along the laminate. 2 clothing rails fixed and secure, in good working order, and quite a few black scuff marks on the inside of the hanging space here. And then the back of the wall is freshly painted and the flooring on the inside is brand new. There are scratches along the aluminium frame tracks. Coming over to the right hand side, the door also slides freely and moves correctly. The bottom of these tracks aren't as scratched as the left hand side, though there are still scratches present and some paint drops. We've got 2 white laminate shelves, scratching throughout but clean and intact. The back of the wall is freshly painted and the rest of the laminate hanging spaces are marked. 1 clothing rail fixed and secure. 1 shelf, all clean and intact. Top of this cupboard there is unmarked. 3 white laminate shelves, clean and intact. There are a few little marks just on the front part here of the second shelf. And then we've got 4 white laminate sliding drawers, clean and intact. Handles are fixed and secure. A few minor marks, little spot marks and scratches throughout these drawers here. There's also a bit of discolouring to the laminate on the bottom drawer to the left hand corner. Overall in great condition. I'll just get some overall shots. Coming into the second bedroom, we have one freshly painted white timber door and frame, all in good, clean, unmarked condition, and the handle is fixed and secure. The door opens and closes correctly and is in good working order. And on the back of the door, it is unmarked and freshly painted. Coming to the flooring, we have the brand new timber flooring is seen throughout the rest of the property, clean, intact, and in great condition. Freshly painted white plaster walls and timber skirting boards. There's no hooks or nails in any of the walls or nail holes either, they were all filled in. Ceiling, freshly painted white plaster ceiling, no mould or water damage, clean, unmarked and intact. One frosted oyster light, tested and working. Double power point and a light switch. There's no storage cupboard. And actually, just upon further inspection, there is a mark here from where the handle has been resting against the freshly painted wall. We may be able to install a door stop to prevent that from happening. We've got one set of timber Venetian blinds, all clean and intact, and all slats are present. They operate correctly and are in good working order. And they do slide freely, they're just a little heavy, so it does require a little bit of effort. Don't stay up, but we've just got an aluminium frame sliding window. The framework is clean and intact. Down the right hand side of the framework there is a black larger mark, probably from where sticky tape was stuck for a long time. The window panels are clean and intact with no chips or cracks present. Trying to get this shot as best as I can. The window does open correctly and slides freely. There's a very noisy blower next door, so I'm going to keep the window shut. As you can see, the fly screen on the bottom left-hand side has popped out of its frame, but the rest of the fly screen has no rips, tears or holes. I'll just get some overall shots. This concludes video 1 of 3 of 64 Dee Why Parade and Dee Why Ingoing Condition Report, Monday 16th December 2019. Next video will document the bathroom, kitchen and internal laundry. The kitchen bench top. So we've got one sand colour laminate bench top. It is clean and intact. There are a few spot marks throughout. Also scratching present throughout. There is some ring marks, rust marks, more scratching. But it is clean and intact. Video 2, 364 Dee Why Parade, Monday 16 December 2019, will document the kitchen, internal laundry and bathroom. Starting with the kitchen flooring, we have cream coloured ceramic tile flooring, no chips or cracks present but discoloured grout throughout. And there are quite a few little spot marks throughout the tiles. Freshly painted white plaster walls, clean, intact and unmarked. Freshly painted white plaster ceiling, no signs of mould or water damage, clean, intact and unmarked. one frosted oyster light, tested and working. Further electricals, double power points on the splashback. Power point closest to the window is cracked in various places. The switchboard is in the cupboard above the cooktop. There's another single power point, double power point, single power point, and another double power point where the dishwasher is. The little switch there on the left hand side is cracked, and there is one single power point underneath the kitchen sink. Fixtures, there are no hooks or nails, and then to the storage we have timber laminate cupboard doors, white laminate shelving on the insides of the cupboards and the same handles. Everything is professionally cleaned and in good working order. There is wear and tear seen throughout, shown through laminate discolouring and minor chips and a few spot marks as well. All doors and drawers open and close correctly and are in great condition. Again, just slight wear and tear. Also, some of the handles are starting to show signs of metal oxidation as well. There is also some sun staining and bleaching to the front of the cupboards, which I'll show in a second. Cupboard above the range hood, there is chunks of the laminate trim from the front of the shelf missing. So these three cupboards here are sun stained. Cupboard underneath the sink has various marks to the laminate shelf. There's also part of the laminate trim coming away. There's rust ring marks and chipping. There's just a few also leftover building materials there. The plumbing work looks to be all okay as well. There's a little bit of swelling on the two fronts of the doors for the kitchen sink. I'll do the drawers first. We've got 4 sliding drawers. The top 3 are sun bleached, and then there's significant chipping and scratching to the top 2 drawers. On the front, the insides are really clean and all in great condition, and the drawers slide freely. Corner cupboard, the front trim from the left hand side is missing. A little bit of rusting to the hinges, but still in good condition. And then this door here is also sun bleached as well. Some pantry cupboards here. All in great condition and not as much wear and tear seen over this side of the kitchen as opposed to the other side. And then we've just got the little microwave space there, So that is all for storage. To the splashback, we have cream tiled kitchen splashback. There is discoloured grout throughout, and also some parts of the seal behind the bench top has come away. There's a bit of missing grout too in some areas, but the tiles are not loose, they're still pretty secure. Just along the windowsill here, the tiles have lots of minor chips. In almost every single tile there is minor chips. None of them are really bigger than a little tiny pinhead, but they're just all clustered together. Then for appliances, we have one electric cooktop. It's immaculately clean. There is a little bit of wearing shown just through the slight discolouring of the elements, but they are tested and working upon inspection. The front of the oven is really clean and intact as well. Some of the dials are starting to wear. As you can see, the finish on some of them is coming away, but all still readable. The oven door opens and closes correctly. The trays are very clean. There is no grease or grime left over, and the hinges are also in good condition as well. There is no model information. We've just got one Amiga range hood, which is tested and working upon inspection. You can hear the fan going. It is clean, but the light doesn't work. One stainless steel double basin sink, really clean and intact, in great condition. Integrated hot and cold mixer tap. Ooh. So it does splatter quite a bit. I'll clean up the water, but when you do turn the pressure on, it does start to spurt, but the sink drains correctly. We've got one Bosch dishwasher. It's clean and intact. Some of the dial markings are starting to rub out, and it is tested and working upon inspection. There's a little bit of oxidation starting to occur down the bottom. The door opens and closes correctly as well, and all necessary parts are present. The model information is not present. And then to the blinds, one set of timber Venetian blinds. They are clean and intact. Top right hand side slat is broken. They do operate correctly, though they are a little heavy to operate. I'm just going to put my phone down to open them. There we go, all open. Aluminium frame sliding glass window. Framework is clean and intact. There is chipped paint along the outside. Strata safety lock is present and secure, and there is one plug. Two glass panels, clean and intact, no chips or cracks present. Window opens and closes correctly, sliding freely. And then I'll just get some overall shots of the kitchen. Coming into the internal laundry, we have one freshly painted white roller door and frame, clean, intact and in good working order. The door slides freely and operates correctly. Slides along its tracks smoothly, and the tracks are also in good condition too. Floor, same colour tiles as seen in the kitchen. Clean and intact. There's a little bit of wearing just around this area, some stains, but no loose, missing, cracked or chipped tiles. Freshly painted white plaster walls, clean, unmarked and intact. Freshly painted white plaster ceiling, no signs of mould or water damage, clean, intact and unmarked. One round circular light, tested and working. Double power point, We've got the brackets here for a washing machine, dryer, clean and intact. Hot and cold taps for the washing machine, also clean and intact. Got the drainage pipe there too. One wooden shelf, which is fixed and secure. They're unpainted though. There's one Ream electric hot water system. All the plumbing looks to be okay. It is a 50 litre tank, and the model information is around here. There is also one nail just there next to the tracks for the roller door. One aluminium sink. It is clean. There's a little bit of wearing just around the base here and some paint marks on it. We've got the hot and cold taps here. They don't have the same tap handles, but they do operate correctly. And there is a plug as well, one black rubber plug, and the sink drains correctly. The rest of the laundry trough storage is white metal cabinet. There are a few scratches throughout, but overall it is clean. The door opens and closes correctly. There we go, and there's quite a bit of leftover building material in the storage. We've got one aluminium frame, sliding glass frosted window. Framework has paint marks around it but is secure and intact. Two frosted panels, clean and intact, no chips or cracks. Strata safety lock, present and secure. And overall the window opens and closes correctly and slides freely. Let's get some overall shots. I also don't know if I documented, but there's a double PowerPoint. Coming to the bathroom, we have one freshly painted white timber door and frame. Handles fixed and secure, door is all unmarked. Door opens and closes correctly. On the back of the door, freshly painted, clean and intact, and there are 4 old nail holes on the back of the door. There's also a lock which is tested and working, and there is paint marks on the handle. To the tiles, we have brown and white patterned tiled flooring, no loose or missing tiles, and they are all clean and intact. To the walls, we have yellow tiled walls from floor to halfway up. Tiles are all clean and intact. There's no loose or missing tiles. There are some cracks present. There is one cracked tile to the left-hand side of where the windowsill is. It travels diagonally the length of the tile. And then there is some paint marks on the other side of the windowsill, the right-hand side, and the rest are all good. There's a few cracked tiles in the shower recess, but I'll get that in a second. And then just around the outside of the shower, there are some chips present. And scratches too. The rest of the walls, freshly painted white plaster. Ceiling, freshly painted white plaster ceiling, no mold or water damage, clean, intact and unmarked. frosted oyster light tested and working, double power point, one 3M sticky hook on the tiles here and another one down there. We have one white painted mirrored shaving cabinet. It's fixed and secure to the wall and the mirrored panels are clean and unmarked. There are a few little spot marks just on the front here, but the doors open and close correctly. The inside of the cupboard does have significant wear and tear. There's water swelling, chips and staining to the laminate. And there are a few leftover towel hooks as well. We've got one white sink. It is clean and intact. There are no cracks, but there are some little minor chips. The seal behind the sink is all good. The taps, separate cold taps, good water pressure, and the sink drains correctly, but the taps do spray quite a bit. One towel rail fixed and secure, rust and oxidisation present but in good working order. One white enamel bath. There are rust stains on the bottom of the bath and chipping too. Quite a significant amount of scratches as well in the base and on the outside. One tiled soap dish, clean and intact, one chip on the front. Plug, hot and cold taps for the bath, clean and in good condition. And one white toilet cistern, it is clean on the outside and the plumbing work looks to be good. The toilet flushes and drains correctly. And is in good working order. The toilet seat has marks and wearing as well. One tiled toilet roll holder, fixed and secure and in good condition. White aluminium frame shower screen. The framework is all intact as well and is in good condition. There is minimal grime build-up. However, the insides of the shower screens have significant condensation and grime build-up on the inside, but no chips or cracks. The door opens and closes correctly and slides freely. We've got terracotta tiled flooring, clean and intact, no chips or cracks, just paint splashes. We've got the same, a little bit of a more yellowy colour tiled shower recess. There is discoloured grout present. There is two white tiles here. And there is quite a bit of wearing just on these inside tiles here. As you can see, there is a chip, a few chips, and grime build-up present, and also some hairline cracking just over here on the last two tiles. To the window treatment, we have one aluminium frame siding frosted glass window. The framework is clean and intact. The frosted glass panel is clean, intact, no chips or cracks. Surround safety lock is present upon inspection. The window opens and closes correctly and slides freely. And from what I can see, this part of the flag screen has no rips or tears and just clean and intact. I'll just get some overall shots. I'll do the balcony in this video. Coming out onto the balcony, the door has already been documented. But we've got light grey tiled flooring, some rust marks and discoloured grout present throughout. But tiles are clean and intact with no chips or cracks. There's a white discoloration mark over here, and then underneath the mat, it's all good. We've got dark brown entry tiles to lead back inside the living area, and there are a few little chips throughout. Brick exterior of the building, and the balcony railing is all secure and safe. And then the ceiling, we have concrete painted ceiling, which is all safe and secure as well. There's just a bit of crumbling over there from previously, just from age, but it's all good. We have the privacy screen here, so it's a wooden privacy screen with green mesh. From what I can see, it is all great, safe and secure. And then we've got one green storage shed, which is clean on the outside and in great condition. The latch here is a little rusted. But the door does open correctly. Inside the shed, it's all in great condition, and there's just a leftover shelf there. There's a little bit of water staining on the tiles on the inside of the shed. I'll just get some overall shots of the balcony. Fix that up in a second. This concludes the ingoing report at the property 3 of 64 Dee Why Parade in Dee Why. My name is Madison Amar. Today is Monday, 16th of December 2019, and there is a barbecue here as well, so the cover is all intact, but it is just quite dirty, just marks. Lifting the cover off. The barbecue does have slight rusting to it as well. I'm not sure if it is tested and working, as there is no gas bottle, but there's rusting on the inside, but it is clean.